And it was a hot summer's day. It was like one of those summer's days where it's so hot, you don't want to do anything. I mean, picking up a stick and putting it in an anthill was too much effort. So instead, I was laying on the grass. I found one blade of grass and I'm putting that in here because the legs are a little bit lighter, you know? And I'm putting that in and I'm picking up an ant. One ant, just one ant. Picking them up, moving them over, watching them slog his way back in the heat, back to the ant. This is my life. All of a sudden, little Pepe show up. Oh, totally different day. Meme gets out of the car. And Meme is wearing a chartreuse bathing suit. She's got on a crazy beach hat. And she's got thrown over her shoulders a beach bag that is somewhat like a straw beach bag, but it's actually crocheted out of Wonder Bread bags. She kept this spiral tight. They were cool. Yeah, women was green way before green. So, let me tell you about Meme Pepe. So, Meme Pepe is French Canadian for grandma and grandpa, for those of you who may not know. And Meme she was purple, she was pink, she was orange, patent leather shoes. She was loud, happy, unbridled. And Pepe was soft, well-worn khaki. And the sound of someone breathing and their heart beating as they hold you. Pepe had a great sense of humor. He was known for his dry sense of humor in the family. Give you an example. The great toilet paper holder debate. See, there was a time when, after the much good years, it was time for the swan wallpaper to get out of the bath. So Meme was going to be the designer, and she was going to completely redesign the bathroom. The swan stuff was way out of date. We're going with a seashell theme. So she picked out the wallpaper, and the rug, the little toilet paper cover thing, although I think she may have crocheted that. But anyway, she's got all this all planned out, right? And they were doing fine. And of course, Pepe's the lady. Pepe's going to do all the work. And he's getting it all done, hanging the paper, doing all this, painting all this stuff, putting in all the frou-frou, fine, whatever. Till they got to the toilet paper. The clamshell toilet paper. They started to argue about the location. See, Meme and Pepe had hit that discussion that all fine artists and designers encounter. Form versus function. Do you put the toilet paper where you can see that lovely clamshell holder, but you have to kind of reach over to get to it? When you put it over here, it's not quite so visible, but mighty convenient. Well, Pepe, of course, was for form, and Pepe was for function. So they could not agree. So Pepe ceased work. He was not going to hang it there. So Meme said, "What? What do you think because you're not going to do this that I'm not going to have it done?" She said, "I will put it up myself. Because I can nail and I can screw." And he looked at her and said, "You don't have to tell everyone." I learned to appreciate Pepe's humor even more as I got older. So this is the cast of characters that have now showed up and brightened up my day. And out of the corner of my eye, I see my mom, and she's coming out with all of the kids, bathing suits and beach towels. And now I know why they actually had gone through laundry and got hung up and dried for once instead of just, re-wear, dry out from the last swim down the pond. We're all packed up, we can just go. And Pepe says, "Do you want to go to Point Judith?" Well, Point Judith was Meme and Pepe's favorite beach. It was lovely. It really was a gorgeous beach. If you're ever near there, go for it. So we went. Of course, before they even finished, we were in the car. So we drove down, and we got to the beach. spread out the blanket, we got all settled and everything, and Mim's got a big hat and all this random stuff's coming out of that crazy huge bag of hers. And we went to go swimming in the ocean. Well, the funny thing about swimming in the ocean is you don't really swim in the ocean, do you? You just kind of like leap about in the ocean, you know what I mean? You kind of like jump and bob with the waves. And then you wait for a really, really big wave. You can do one of two things. You can either fight it and let it wash over you, or you can leap up and pick it up and ride it all the way back into the beach. Well, we did this for hours to the point where you're like wobbling, you know. And I finally decided I had enough. And I rode one of those waves in. And I started just wandering on the beach, looking around. Looking at all those pretty things that you find on the beach. Somebody mentioned earlier that shiny, pretty, how lovely stones are when they're wet, right? All those lovely things. So I started collecting up shells and rocks and seaweed. You know those bubbly kinds that you can kind of poke? Yeah, those, yeah. Boy, they smell funky if you leave them trunk. This is another way to experience. So anyway, so I'm picking up through, and all of a sudden, I see something out of James Bond. It's a spear gun. Oh yeah! I pick it up. It's a spear gun. It's a gun that a scuba diver must have had and must have dropped. And there had been recently a hurricane and washed in a bunch of stuff and it brought this thing in. So I go strutting back to the blanket with my scuba gear spear gun. Poor Pepe. He is lying on the blanket. He has the Worcester Gazette on his head. He is not expecting to find a 6-year-old girl, 7-year-old girl with a major gun on him. And now he's in a position where he has to explain that little children cannot keep dangerous weapons. I proceed to break it out. I break out my ultimate weapon, the pouch. They did not call me the blue whale from that. Who's not saying that? So Pepe, being wise, said, but little children can have ice cream. And if you will help me bring this gun over to somebody in authority, we can go get ice cream. Oh, ice cream. Can I have a banana split? Yes, you can have a banana split. Right. So we went trotting up. And apparently, when you at Point Judith Beach, the person of authority is a pimply-faced lifeguard who looked to me like as soon as we left, he's going to be laying my figure. But I didn't care, because we went back, got everybody out of the water. It took a while, but we got everybody out of the water. Ice cream, no, seriously, ice cream. So we went and got ice cream. Mark, the oldest, got coffee flavor because it's very dull. Valerie got maple walnut. John got chocolate. Meme got strawberry shortcake with whipped cream flowing all over the sides. Pepe got vanilla. Pepe, vanilla? It's French vanilla. And I got my banana split, and it came in a plastic pouch that I could take home. It was great. And as we're eating our ice cream, Pepe looks up and says, those leaves, they're starting to turn. They start to flip over, you can see the underside of them. That means it's gonna rain. We gotta get going, kids. Pack it up. So we started to pack up all our stuff, and we got out to the car, and we're putting on, us kids, we just wore shoes on, away with the wet sand and everything fell on it, Pepe's sitting there in the car, right on the edge of the car, dusting and fussing and dusting. Ooh, doesn't want to have sand in those too. So we finally get settled in. We start driving home, and you can see as we go, it's getting darker and darker, and it's going to rain. We gather up our still damp beach towels. We drift off and fall asleep, just reveling in our Point Judith surprise.